I'm Gregory Doyle. I'm the Harrison County ESF8 Medical Disaster Officer for Harrison County.
All right, Gregory, we're talking about sheltering. The shelters will be open. The EMA office has designated certain places for shelters. We are still in a pandemic. Talk to us about what people need to know about if they're going to a shelter and what precautions they need to take.
Okay, one thing people need to remember is, the phrase, you run from the wind, or you hide from the wind and you run from the water. Shelters that Harrison County opens up we call them shelters of last resort. That means there's just absolutely no other place for you to go. So when Harrison County EMA does make the decision to open a shelter, there are going to be some guidelines and some rules that you're going to have to follow when you go, especially remembering that we're in the middle of a pandemic. COVID-19 is still out there. It is rampant in South Mississippi, and the entire Southeast, as a matter of fact. There's a lot of people that are sick, and you need to remember that when you do go to a shelter, you need to make sure that you know what the guidelines are going to be for the shelter. In a nutshell, you're going to have to bring face protection. You're going to have to bring sanitizer with you. You're going to have to have a way to keep yourself distanced from other people that aren't in your immediate family. The folks that you're living with are considered safe. The folks that you're not living with, you need to stay away from when you're in a shelter, as much as 6 feet as possible. Shelters are crowded. They can be noisy. They're not super comfortable. They are just literally shelters of last resort when you have nowhere else to go. So if there's somewhere else you can go when they call for an evacuation, or they start talking about an evacuation, or even before the local government officials tell you should evacuate, if you think you should leave because you live in a place that's going to flood or that's not safe from the wind, then feel free to leave. Go somewhere safe. Go to a friend's house. Go get a hotel room. Go up north. Go somewhere else other than where the storm is going to impact. Watch the weather. Watch the bulletins. Make sure that you get the guidelines and the information at the shelter that you choose to go to, if you choose to go to one. And just make sure that you're ready to follow those rules to keep yourself and everybody else around you as safe as possible.